Welcome back to the Banganator podcast, brought to you by your host, Esley Banga, Season 3, Episode 10. And unfortunately, it's Cry Cowboys Cry for my Dallas Cowboys, because this boy who reps the Eagles, he's obviously a diehard Eagles fan. So I was barely even watching the game because I was tailgating with my friends. After halftime, we wasn't even paying attention to the game. But I got my boy, my cousin, Aaron Tshienda.
What's good?
Eagles fan.
What's good? Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be back.
Yes, sir.
Glad to be back.
My guy, big dog, Floyd Douglas.
Up. Bears, baby.
Baylor Bears. And you went to school there, right?
Yes, sir. That's right.
Yup. And then my guy, Jarrett Rice, police officer, Cowboys fan. How you doing, bro?
Good. Happy Veterans Day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. Yeah, you see me repping the Veterans Day. Also, I had to buy this yesterday because I was like, I don't want to wear Cowboys gear because that's too embarrassing. So,
Good choice.
Yeah. And on this day that we're recording, it's obviously Veterans Day. So thank you to all past and present servicemen and women. Thank y'all for y'all sacrifice. So before we get started, I'm gonna just ask y'all, how y'all became fans of y'all's favorite team. So I'm gonna start with you, Jarrett.
Oh man, the Thanksgiving games growing up is what got me into it. Thanksgiving, football's on.
Yeah.
Texas, just growing up, it's the culture, man. That's
True.
what it is.
Football, food, family. Yeah. There we
Hey,
go.
November right now coming up.
Exactly. It's a good time. What about you, Floyd?
My dad, diehard Cowboys fan. He was growing up on the glory days of the Cowboys, so he had those stories, man, and I tune in sometimes, and I fell in love, man, but not much to love right now, but they still my boys, though. They still my boys.
Bro, I remember whenever, back in the day when me and you played football together, you was a big-time Michael Vick fan, Falcons fan. Yeah, like you rep Michael Vick hard.
Yeah, Michael Vick was my dog, man.
He was like that. He was like
sensational, but
I'm saying.
Cowboys was still my team, though, but man.
Yeah.
Vick could move that ball like no other, man.
I'm saying,
no
bro. Remember Madden 07? Yeah.
Straight Chico, man. Yeah. I can't do that, man.
This man said Michael Vick is my dog in the same.
I didn't even.
Oh, man.
I didn't even notice that.
Scratch that one.
in the same.
What about you, Aaron? How'd you become an Eagles fan?
So when I moved here in the DFW area, I didn't know much about football or anything, and one of my first friends here was an Eagles fan, and so
Travis Clark.
Yeah, and so I just followed along with them, and I just fell in love with the players they had, like Donovan McNabb and all those players, Brian Westbrook. So,
but your main guy was Deshaun Jackson.
He came later on, but Deshaun Jackson became my favorite player real quick. But I moved here. My friend Travis was an Eagles fan, and he played on a select team, the Eagles, and so his dad was trying to get me to play, but I couldn't play, and so ever since then, I just hooked on to the team. So yeah, I'm an Eagles fan.
All right, that's what's up. Who's y'all favorite player? Who's your favorite Cowboys player of all time?
All time? Oh man, just from the time I grew up, probably Dez.
There you go.
He was a beast, man.
I threw up an X
Same
in high
thing with
school
me.
after I scored a touchdown because of Dez. Remember that?
Literally, same thing with me. Throw up that X. Like, I don't know if y'all remember at Saginaw. Like, I would hurry up, eat my lunch, and I was one of them boys, like right outside that field at the cafeteria playing football. Yeah, with my dad's jersey. Yup.
Wow.
Throwing up the X. Yeah. What about you, Floyd?
Man, I had to say Dez too, man. That dude was a dog, man.
He was.
But my second close man, Tony Romo, man.
Tony Romo.
Look, I was a Tony Romo, like, passion, man. Like, I was passionate for him, man. He got a lot of flack, but he played real hard, so that was my dog.
Yeah.
One of the best undrafted.
Yep. There you go. That's my quarterback. What about you, Aaron?
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, Deshaun Jackson. He has the most touchdowns over 60 yards in NFL history. So
that's yeah. Now I'm think about it. Yeah, all them passes that Michael Vick, those long passes, memorable. Yeah.
160 pounds, soaking wet. One of the fastest players. Yeah. Deshaun Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into this freaking game. The Eagles blowing out the Cowboys 34-6. On the offensive side, Cooper Rush had less passing yards than offensive plays ran. They ran 53 plays on offense. He had 49 passing yards. Atrocious. Zeke fumbled in the red zone. CeeDee Lamb missed a wide open touchdown because the sun was in his eyes. And once again, Brandon Aubrey was the only player that scored points. On defense, even though Michael Parsons had some sacks, a sack fumble, and DeMarvion Overshown had 2 sacks, Jalen Hurts still got 4 touchdowns, 2 passing and 2 rushing. So the Eagles was doing whatever they wanted. I didn't even think that they would score that much, because they haven't been the hottest team in the NFL this year. So since you are the Eagles guy, I'm gonna ask you what did you think of that game?
I think we had a slow start. I think we were playing with our food in the first half, but we just was rolling in the second half, doing what we do. We weren't really playing our best football, as you can see, but we were playing the Cowboys, so it was okay. I plan to see Devontae Smith getting more action, Dallas Goedert getting more action, but Saquon Barkley was okay. The offensive line was moving the ball. So I think this was more of like a tone setter game for us, more or less than anything, getting us ready for the playoffs and stuff. But yeah, it was a good win for us.
Okay.
Statement win too. You can see on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, not much of a statement against the Cowboys. We're one of the bad teams this year. Only 3 wins, but I mean, I feel you though. I feel you.
But
y'all needed that.
You guys were injured, undermanned a little bit, so I guess it could warrant the loss a little bit. But the performance was the performance.
Yeah. What about you, Floyd? From a Cowboys perspective, what was you thinking?
Yeah, man, it was a hard one to watch. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It's like, a couple men down. I mean, we tried to fight first half. It looked okay. Thought we could maybe get some punches. Maybe we can get a tut here, tut of there. Maybe we can make something happen. But hey, man, Philly does what Philly does, man. They turned it on. Yep. They're sometimey. Sometimes they're off, but when they're on, man. Because Saquon, I mean, Jalen Hurts, I mean, he filled up my stats for my fantasy team. But that's the only thing that I'm happy about of that game. But I mean, you got all those weapons, man. Eventually, they're going to turn on, man.
Exactly.
The offense just can't keep up. So.
And I'm surprised that Saquon didn't go off even for more yards because he had only 60-something rushing yards. But
yeah,
and we haven't really won at Cowboy Stadium since 2018 or something.
That's
2019.
True.
So
That's true.
That was a good win for us.
Last year it was a.
No, we lost both. We lost at.
Oh yeah, that's right. Last year y'all did lose. Yeah.
So, we haven't won at Cowboy. Right. We haven't won at Jerry World since 2018, 2019.
Yeah. And remember whenever I brought you to AT&T Stadium?
Yeah.
Bro,
that was good. That was a good time.
Because I knew that if y'all won, you was gonna be my face, so I had to give it back.
That was a good time.
Yes, sir.
I don't think
I got you. I'm gonna get you back. I'm gonna take you to the game too.
I bet.
I got you.
I don't think anybody won last year in Cowboy Stadium, did they?
Nobody did.
No,
Besides in the playoffs,
11 straight.
Yeah. But Jarrett, I'm gonna ask you, where do the Cowboys go from here after this loss?
Dude, they're already struggling before the Dak injury.
Yeah.
That just makes the season even more. It's just, I don't know. It's getting to the point that, Jerry's running out of questions. McCarthy's running out of what to do. Dude, McCarthy's on the hot seat. Dak's on the hot seat. The whole organization's on the hot seat recently.
Can Dak be on the hot seat if they just paid him?
Recently, Jerry was talking about how they were doing, was it better than or worse with Dak, believe it or not, after paying him.
I mean, that is factually true.
Did y'all see that?
I didn't see it. I didn't.
Yeah,
see
Jerry
that,
said they were doing worse with Dak, which is crazy because he just paid him.
Yeah,
why pay him? Doesn't make sense. Jerry got to go.
Yeah,
they just paid him.
You got to step down from that general manager position.
Jerry
That's what I
got to
feel
go.
like. Yeah. Hey, be careful. We shouldn't talk too much about Jerry because he'll be like, I'll get somebody else to ask those questions. So
Yeah, no, it's just crazy. The fact that he would say that, man.
Yeah, it's like, where's this piss off?
You pay him, and you got no faith in him. It's crazy.
Did you hear his comments about the stadium with the sun and his son and CD Lamb's eyes?
Yup.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, we might as well tear down this whole stadium then and rebuild it.
Which basically means we ain't gonna do nothing.
And I was talking to my dad about it, and he said that architects go through that, like they plan for that.
Yes.
So they probably went to him multiple times telling him no, and he still told him yes. So that's crazy. So he had to approve of it multiple times to get the building to look like that. And I think it was because he didn't want the Walmart to be shown through the upper decks that's next to the Cowboys Stadium.
No, I honestly think they were doing that in a weird way to give us an advantage, knowing that it's going to be hard to come into the stadium and play. But it's really a coin flip of who gets that side of the field with the sun.
Exactly.
But I feel like they try to make it where it's unique like that, and it's done nothing but hurt them.
Yeah.
You could tint the window.
Exactly. That's
Tint it, man.
Like today, while I was leaving work, because I work at AT&T Stadium, while I was leaving, I saw them working on the window or whatever, that same window, but they were putting up ads for the Mike Tyson and
my goodness.
Jake Paul
Sweet.
fight. Yeah, I was like, I hope y'all working on the tent because that's what y'all need. Don't get me wrong, the sun does look angelic and beautiful whenever it does shine in that stadium on that field, but if it's affecting us like that, we got to do something about it.
But yeah, as far as the organization moving forward, man, I don't know. I think at this point, it's surprisingly, I think it's a rebuild process.
Yeah,
Jerry Jones will never rebuild.
He's never going to do a full rebuild.
That's the problem.
You can't pay Dak if you're going to rebuild.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the issue with the Cowboys.
And
They're never committed to that.
And now, since they paid Dak and CD, now you don't even know if you have enough money to pay Micah next year.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to make some. Yeah, you got to, because you're gonna have to make some moves.
The good thing is he's a first rounder, so they do have the 5th-year option, so they can wait another year.
They can.
What do you think they should do? What do you think the Cowboys should do next?
Good question. I think that they should naturally tank like they are right now, so that we can hopefully get a top 10 pick. We'll see what happens.
I agree.
I think Travis Hunter is out of the realm of possibility. I don't think we're going to get that number 1 pick unless we trade for it, but I just don't see that happening. You just paid Dak, so you're probably not going to get another quarterback. Because I was thinking about Shedeur Sanders.
I mean, you can still get Dion.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, so I don't know where we go from here.
They traded a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what their plans are.
And Trey Lance is ass. Like,
their plans is no plan. They got no
He
plan.
played yesterday.
Yeah,
He did. But after he threw 5 picks against backups in that last preseason game, I was done with him. I was done. Cowboys versus Texans play on Monday night. I'm gonna be working that day. I'm actually gonna be pulling like a 15-hour shift that day, working from like 8 to midnight that day. So that's gonna suck for my feet. But and it's gonna suck because we probably gonna lose. I feel like CJ Stroud is gonna torch the Cowboys defense. Even how lackluster he's been playing, and y'all saw, if y'all watched that Sunday Night Football game yesterday, that he got them to 23-7 lead. So he's still gonna put up points or whatever. So unlike the Lions, I feel like we're not gonna come back from that.
I personally feel like that secondary finna get torched, man, because I mean those young weapons that they got and the holes that we have in that secondary already, man, plus we don't move the ball at all, the defense gonna be staying on the field a long time, and it's just a matter of time once they get that fine tuning, because CJ Stroud gonna find his way, because you've seen him play and you've seen him perform. When he gets on, he gets on. So hey man, I think it's just a matter of time. There's just snowball, and then eventually you might just take another tough loss, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Normally, I think our defense would be fine handling him because CJ, he's a good quarterback. I like CJ, but this year he's not doing as good as I thought he would after last year.
Yeah.
And we have a good defense with Micah and the linebackers and Diggs, but I think it's going to be similar to the Philly where we put up a little bit of fight in the beginning, and then it's just the motivation, the energy is lost after they see the offense keep making them go back on the field as the defense. So I think it'll be similar to the Eagles where it'll be tough in the beginning, but yeah, CJ's going to run through them at the end.
Yeah. What you think, Aaron?
I think, the Texans are a playoff team, so they have the pedigree to be a prestigious team in the playoffs. And so they win the games they're supposed to. So after the loss that they had against the Lions, I feel like they're going to come back with vengeance, especially it being on Monday night to have a little longer week. I think they're going to come back hard hitting. Nico Collins supposed to come back too with this long week.
Okay.
So I feel like they're going to come back, show that they're a playoff team, bounce back, because they didn't play bad. They just gave up the game, if that makes sense. So they're going to come back, show themselves as the playoff teams. It sucks that it has to be against the Cowboys, unfortunately, but I just feel like the playoff team that the Texans are going to show their dominance with this week's rest and players coming back because they are undermanned still. So
yeah. And even before, like at the beginning of the season, I already had the Cowboys losing to this game because I was like, and I already had a few doubts about. I didn't think that we were going to be this bad, but I had a few doubts about us. Just because we didn't really get better in the offseason. But what I was really looking forward to was that Diggs versus Diggs matchup. That would have been cool to see.
Oh man,
we never got the matchup. Somebody was always injured. When we played the Bills last year, Trayvon was injured. Now this year, I thought we was gonna get it, and now Stephon is injured. So,
That's true. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So that would have been cool to see, but other than that, yeah, I feel like we gonna lose.
Watch out for Joe Mixon. I see him having a big game.
Yeah, because we usually can't stop the run. So
Yeah, Joe Mixon.
yeah.
Fantasy owners, watch out.
I will say though, I mean, if Cowboys can't represent our area, hey, for playoffs, me personally, someone's got to represent
funny.
Texas. Someone's got to represent Texas.
You're
So the
funny.
Texans go in playoffs.
The Houston Texans right now, they're just lucky that I like CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's a man of God. He's a likable dude. He's humble. He's a good quarterback. So, I'll root for him to succeed. So, and I'm not going to be rooting against the Texans. So, since we halfway through the NFL season now, who's y'all's all the football that y'all have watched? Who's y'all's MVP? Who y'all think will win MVP?
Ooh, that's a spicy one.
Mm-hmm.
Is it spicy though?
I think it's easy. I
think
think
it's
I think
clear.
I think it's clear now.
I think Lamar three-peat.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Hey,
MV3. That's what James Jones was calling him.
Talk to him.
so I looked it up. No one's done it before. No one's three-peated.
3 in a row.
Yeah, no one's done it.
Oh snap.
Yeah.
Is it 3 in a row?
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
Manning
yeah.
has 5. He hasn't. Oh,
Or
snap.
like consecutive.
Wow.
Yeah. The closest anyone's ever done it was in '97. Brett Favre almost did it for a third time, and he tied.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Damn.
He-
That's
so
actually
so
crazy.
Brett Favre almost did it. So I think Lamar gonna be the first one.
See, with Jared Goff having that 5 interception game, it kind of hurt his chances because those are the only two. It was Jared Goff and Lamar. So it's obvious. It's
Maybe
Lamar
if
Jackson.
it's not Lamar, I think it's a toss up after that. I mean, I think it is going to be Lamar, no doubt. But if it's not, it's going to be a toss up with Mahomes, Jalen Hurts. If the Eagles keep up a good record,
Josh Allen.
and then Josh Allen's always going to be in that mix, always.
Oh yeah.
Well, wait, what you think, Floyd?
Man, I think it's definitely Lamar right now because I mean, Mahomes good, Jared Goff's good, but the Chiefs, man, they've been struggling with some of those matchups, man.
True.
It's like they're always in close
True.
games, so they don't win as convincingly. The offense gets stagnant at times, but man, when the Ravens play, dude, I know that running game is insane with having Derrick Henry back there. And now, those weapons that Lamar has, it looks like they're finally getting active, catching the ball, getting open, things like that. The offense is just clicking, and I just don't see anybody in the league that can stop it, honestly.
For real.
I still think he needs a better receiver.
True.
True.
He does good. He does good with what he's got with the tight ends.
Still hasn't had a number one
Yeah.
receiver yet. And
Yeah,
if he
He's never had
and
him.
if he gets his third MVP, we gotta put some respect on his name because we talk about Dan Marino like he's this almighty guy, but I think Lamar's resume is a little bit better. Because he hasn't gone to the Super Bowl yet, but 3 MVPs, especially in a row, I don't know. That's a different conversation.
There was always like in the media, national media, they was already talking that Lamar Jackson is already going to be in the Hall of Fame just by default, just because like he has 2 MVPs and every single player that has 2 MVPs is in the Hall of Fame. And I was like, well, hold up though, because I was like, hold up on that because we don't know. Okay, if he stopped playing football right now today, some lack of playoff success, hasn't been to a Super Bowl, all those longevity yards or whatever, longevity stats, like he doesn't have enough of that. I feel like those people are just projecting,
For sure.
Yeah.
But to get MVPs that early shows your dominance of a player.
Exactly.
So it's not a feat to just, poo-poo. So to have 2 at such a young age, you
That
have
is
to
true.
be a kind of player in that
That
realm.
is true.
So.
That is true. But hey, yeah, if he does win this third one, yeah, he don't even have to win a Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah, he'll be in that room for sure.
Well, I'll say Vic's Hall of Fame.
Not yet.
I mean, I'll say this: is Vic Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Culturally. All of us, we think he is. He might not be like in the polls of the Hall of Fame, but we all agree. We all think he is.
There's no toe on the line with that. You're either in or you're not.
What you mean?
I don't know.
Because there's
I
some
had to look at
players.
some of
There's
the
some
stats.
players that aren't in that should be in. Like Terrell Owens isn't in the Hall of Fame. Ocho Cinco
No,
in
Terrell
the
Owens
Hall.
is in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, he got in
Yeah,
already.
finally, yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 years ago.
Because you can say if Lamar's done today,
Mhm.
what he's done so far,
Mhm.
how you compare that to Vic with his whole career? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because Lamar be going to the playoffs. He be doing good in the playoffs. He
Yeah.
just hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. But
yeah,
I mean, 2 MVPs already.
yeah. It's like if we say Vic's in the Hall of Fame, then Eli Manning's definitely in the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah.
And he, like people talk about him like, and I don't know if you're gonna get in, big dog, because you have a a 500 record.
Nah, because
Like,
if
you got
Eli
2
Manning's
Super Bowls and
if Eli Manning's in, you got to put a whole bunch of other people in before him. Like Phillip Rivers got to get in. Ben Roethlisberger got to get in.
yeah.
All these people got to get in before Eli.
Oh yeah, that is a conversation right there. Yeah. All right, we gonna switch over to college football. Texas, my Texas Longhorns. You see who I'm repping? Texas Longhorns. Gator stomp the Florida Gators, 49-7. And yes, sir. And I like earlier today, on Monday, I had some Gator fans walk in the Cowboys Pro Shop, and they was like, "Oh yeah, we drove all the way down. You were from Florida. We drove down to Austin to watch our Gators get smacked, and then we drove up here for the game yesterday." So I was like, "Damn, I got money like that? Damn, y'all paid all that money to see y'all team lose. Damn."
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, some of these guys got money, but anyways,
They really coming to see Texas. Let's be honest.
Once again, rolling through another SEC opponent. Quinn Ewers went 333 yards, 5 touchdowns. Jarrett Gibson, running back, 100 yards rushing. And like I said, we are RBU because it seemed like it don't matter what running back that we throw behind there, they gonna produce. On the defensive side, a fumble recovery and 2 interceptions. So what did y'all think about that game? And what do y'all think, with that performance, Texas is in the SEC and college football overall?
I mean, I think run game's crazy, dude. Like you said, run game is crazy.
Yeah.
I've seen Blue.
It's insane.
Yup.
Blue's a beast, man.
He is, bro.
Hey,
But he got in trouble
defense.
for fumbling. He got
yeah.
benched for fumbling.
Yeah, that's true. You got to keep him accountable.
Yeah.
There you go, Sark.
But what are they ranked? Fifth, fourth?
Third right now.
Third right
After
now.
Georgia, and Georgia lost and Miami lost.
Okay.
And because Miami lost, at SMU where I work, they are now first in the ACC.
Oh wow.
ACC SMU is undefeated in the ACC right now.
Oh wow.
Man, what a time.
Tearing through it. They're ranked
Wow.
14th right now.
Oh,
What a time to be a Texas fan.
Yeah.
Man.
So what y'all think of that dominant Texas performance?
I think the defense showed up because last week Florida put up a performance against Georgia, and so I thought it was going to be a closer game than what it was because of how well Florida played against Georgia.
Yeah.
And so for the defense to show up and show their dominance in the ranks of the SEC, that was a good performance. It separated themselves. The Texas separated themselves with this win from other teams in the SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to piggyback off that, man, it's like, you think, Florida had a good game. It's like, it might be a trap game for Texas, especially y'all had that bye week, right? So it's like, might come off cold, might not start off well, but man, they hit the floor running as they produce. Offense looks great and defense making turnovers, man. That's a hard formula to stop, man. So there's a reason they're number 3, man.
Exactly. The committee, they seeing what we seeing. So what about you, Jarrett?
I mean, I think they're ranked pretty well. Georgia's going to be Georgia. That was a tough game. But when you got a run game that good and a defense that good, hey, anywhere's the limit.
Yes, sir. Quinn Ewers was looking right. Because we were blowing him out so bad, Arch Manning came in. We had a little bit more Arch Madness for the second half. He has a promising future. So I love that Sark has us in a good position
For sure.
to probably like the next 2, 3, 4 years.
I think also because they can win any way because they have athletes and players all around. They can have it as a track meet, and they ran the ball well this game too. So I like how they show the versatility and how they can go to any game and win any kind of way. And with the defense playing out the way they are, it's a good combination. I said combination.
Oh, they a stacked team. They got so many playmakers, man.
I'm saying.
Blue's a beast. Gibson's a beast. Hey,
Gibson's a
Gibson.
beast.
Track stars everywhere. man.
Wisner.
Who's the one? Bond or something like that?
Isaiah Bond.
Dude, he's a beast, dude.
Yup.
Man.
Yup.
His celebration is so sick.
That
that's
is
so
so
sick.
Bunch of playmakers.
You be repping Baylor Bears, obviously. That's your alma mater. So who'd they play this past week?
So we played the team down the street, TCU,
Oh, okay.
and we managed to pull it off, man. It was a nail biter, but
Okay.
we won by 3. I believe it was 37-34.
Okay.
Which was really impressive for me because 3 weeks ago, I mean, you talk to any Baylor fan, they were ready to fire Aranda because they started off pretty bad, but they've got a couple wins down the stretch, man, beating TCU. I mean, that's always a good feeling for them. So
True.
he was definitely on the hot seat, but
Yeah.
he's earned himself a couple more days, man. So
And TCU, you never know what you're getting out of TCU.
Exactly.
man.
Exactly.
because they know how to
Long day away
recruit, man.
from
For
those.
real.
You never know what you're getting out of TCU.
Yeah.
But yeah, they know how to recruit, man. They always have some fast guys off the edge, man, and they torch anybody's secondary if you give them the chance, man.
Yeah.
So
Hey, all I know is a month ago, SMU mollywop TCU. We won the battle of the skillet or whatever, golden skillet, something skillet, and we fried them frogs.
This guy.
Yeah, we blew them up. We blew them up. No, dead ass. We were handing out aprons to people
This
that said "fried the frogs."
What is a skillet?
I don't know. It's like the trophy or whatever.
Between
battle
them two?
battle of the
Oh, I didn't
skillet.
know that.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
So crosstown rivalry right there. That was fun. Texas faces Arkansas next. Texas is ranked number 3, like I mentioned, after Georgia lost and Miami lost. Arkansas is 5-4. I feel like I already know y'all answers. Who wins this game?
I think Longhorns. I think honestly, they win every game on the remaining schedule. In my opinion, the only last hard matchup is the Aggies.
Yeah, of course, yeah, because
Yeah.
they're tough right now.
Yeah, but other than that, I think it's a dub. They locked in until the Aggies will be another good one that
Yeah.
lets them determine how good they really are.
Yeah,
Just like the Georgia game.
exactly. What about y'all?
I don't know if Texas has played a mobile quarterback because Arkansas has the green quarterback. He's pretty good. He's pretty fast, and so he puts a lot of matchup problems just with his legs. And I don't know if Texas has played a mobile quarterback, and so if Arkansas wins, it's going to be on the legs of Taylor Green. I think that's his name, the quarterback for Arkansas,
Okay.
number 10. So that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm going to be watching, seeing how well Texas defense does with a spread out mobile team that's pretty fast on the edges. So that's what I'm going to be watching because I know the offense is going to score. Arkansas's defense isn't that good. They're pretty fast on the back end, but they're young as well. So Texas is going to be fine on offense, but I want to see how well they do against a mobile quarterback.
Okay.
So,
All right. And you agree?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I think it's just gonna be a tune-up game for them, man. I think they'll go in there, get stuff done, get out, get ready for next week, man.
Yeah, agreed. Texas blows out Arkansas, gets in and out of there. Some more Arch Madness, and Texas wins easily.
What's y'all's honest opinion about Quinn?
I like him. He's a solid quarterback for like overall, just in the college football world. He's
As far as NFL,
Oh, NFL.
like
okay.
him going to the next level.
I think he's better
Late
than
first
Carson
round,
Beck.
second round.
Put it that way. I think he's better than Carson Beck.
Huh?
So wherever you see Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers is above him. So yeah.
Agree.
I think it's going to be hard for him to prove, I guess, doubters wrong that he's like Cam Newton would say, a game manager, not a game changer.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I agree with
Because
you. with
that run game, that defense, it makes it a little bit easier.
True.
Yeah.
And it also always comes down to what situation that you land in the NFL.
Yeah,
That's why sometimes it's not all hyped up to be first, second, third overall pick. Like, yeah, you want to be drafted as high as possible, but sometimes you land in a crappy situation.
Mhm.
That's why I believe if Bryce Young was switched around with C.J. Stroud, they would have different careers, maybe.
Mhm.
I mean, if he a late first round, he'd be on a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like who though?
I mean, that's the thing. Is like you see Purdy as a more of a game manager for the 49ers, right? He fit in
With all those
perfect, easy
weapons.
transition, easy
Yeah.
transition.
Yeah.
Quinn's gonna have to almost need something like that because you throw him on a bad team, he ain't a game
Look like
changer.
Caleb Williams.
I'm gonna follow the Cam Newton. He ain't a game changer.
There's not many teams out there left though. So like, where
Yeah, I
can he
know.
go?
I don't
No.
know. It's gonna be tough for him.
We're gonna see. Who y'all think makes it to the SEC championship?
Georgia losing, bro. It's a toss up. It could be Alabama. It could be Georgia.
Doesn't Alabama have 2 losses?
Georgia has
I
2
know
losses.
Georgia has 2
So it's
losses.
2 losses. Yeah.
Yeah.
LSU
So-
has 2 losses.
Yeah.
A&M has 2 losses.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So
That's a good season.
I think
Yeah.
Texas will make it, but it's really toss up who's on the other side
Yeah.
playing them.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, yes, Texas will make it, but who are they playing? I don't know.
Yeah. I still feel
Yeah.
like it'll be Georgia, but I mean they had to like pretty much blow everybody out like and look convincing the rest of the schedule.
Beating
Mhm.
Texas is gonna help them.
Yeah.
It's gonna help them a lot.
it is.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine Texas getting in there on the first year?
Getting in where?
the SEC championship.
Just like the women's soccer,
Right.
just like
On
the
their
women,
first year.
bruh. And I mean,
Their first year.
I know nobody cares about
Dropping her nuts.
soccer. I know nobody cares about soccer like that in college, but the women's Texas soccer team won the SEC championship yesterday.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's every sport's first year. Then, huh?
Yes. That's actually impressive if they win the SEC championship their first
That's
year.
crazy.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But we shown we belong here.
Who's the Heisman winner? And so we pretty much got our finalists. I believe that y'all three would agree with me that it's Ashton Jeanty out of Boise State. It's Travis Hunter, two-way player out of Colorado.
It was Cam Ward. wasn't it?
Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But their record's dipping a little bit.
Yeah,
They lost
exactly.
to Georgia Tech.
And that's huge for the
Yes,
Heisman.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
He didn't play bad, but they still lost.
So who's y'all's Heisman?
The only way Travis Hunter doesn't win the Heisman is if Ashton Jeanty breaks Barry Sanders' record. If he doesn't break his record, then they'll talk about it. I mean, if he doesn't break his record, it's going to go to Travis Hunter. But if he breaks the record, then they'll have a discussion. Like, it'll be an immediate thing. Who's going to win the Heisman? But if he doesn't break it, they're going to give it to Travis Hunter, bro, without a doubt.
Oh man, dude, I love Genty, man, and I love those running backs. I'll just run over somebody and then get going with all of the physical, like the physicals he has. He's amazing. But man, Travis Hunter playing both sides of the ball and contributing that much to that Colorado team, who might in fact backdoor the Big 12.
Man, what?
Because
That's crazy.
look, man,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can not say that Travis Hunter is contributing like a Heisman winner. So
Yeah.
I have to give it to him.
Yes. What you think, Jarrett?
I mean, I'll say who should win is Travis Hunter.
Uh-oh.
But who probably will, because they always favorite quarterbacks. They're probably going to have to find some like Oregon. I'm going to say the Oregon quarterback.
Dylan
Gabriel,
Gabriel.
that's my
Gabriel.
team, and I don't even think he's going to
I think it's just unfortunate because like you see like Charles Wilson winning, you know, the defensive.
Yeah.
You got Travis Hunter playing defense,
Yeah. He
which would be
makes it
awesome,
play.
and he should win it. But
So you think that the jinx of a defensive player not winning it is gonna get
yeah,
him?
I think he should win it. But who probably will? He'll probably go to a quarterback. With Cam Ward falling down, I think was it Dylan Gabriel?
Dylan Gabriel.
He breaking records too.
Yeah, he is. I forgot. what
And then
record
with
he
the good record, I mean his name's going to have to be mentioned.
Yeah, and they're number one too.
And they,
so.
they love the favorite quarterback. It's like the MVP for NFL.
Yeah, you got
Honestly,
a point right there.
they favor highlights, and Travis Hunter makes a highlight every single week.
That's who it should be.
Every
It
single
needs to
week
be
is a
Travis
highlight.
Hunter.
Yeah, yeah.
If it isn't, they need to change the system.
Agreed. So I had like up until like probably no, I mean pretty much the whole season it was to me it was a toss up between Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunter, but like Travis Hunter I feel like he deserves it, playing both ways and not just a few plays on one side. Like he's playing like pretty much every snap on defense, every snap on offense. Like that's unheard of. I don't know how that boy don't get gas. He must Coach Prime must have some good ass conditioning over there. I know you remember this game. I had just gotten off work from SMU. I went down to Boomer Jacks to watch the very end of the Texas game. We were blowing out whatever team, I think ULM, and then that Baylor versus Colorado game came down to the wire. And Travis Hunter, I know earlier in that game he had scored a touchdown, but he made the play in overtime by punching the ball out at the goal line, which would have won y'all the game.
Yeah, man,
Like,
that
damn.
was that was a gun wrencher right there, man. Because I was watching it with some Baylor alum because we were out, and man, first the Hail Mary even to get them into overtime,
True.
I was like, I just couldn't believe it,
Different.
man. How they're making miracles upon miracles, man. That Colorado team, man, they just do whatever it takes to get wins. They brought it to overtime, and then, you know, they scored the first time, and then, you know, Baylor, they get it to the goal line, and you see dude diving into the end zone. You see all these Baylor fans cheering, and all of a sudden, see the ball roll in the back of the end zone. It was like they're gonna review it. I didn't have to listen to that review, man. I was already headed out the door. I paid my tab. I was out the door, man. I just couldn't believe it. Yeah.
We got to give Shador Sanders his flowers too,
for
because
sure.
he's an NFL quarterback back there leading them. So they wouldn't be where they are without Shador Sanders.
Oh, for sure.
He's really
sure.
hooping.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we all pretty much agree that it should be Travis Hunter. It's time for the Banganator's top 3 banging moments from week 10 in the NFL. Coming in at number 3, 49ers Ricky Pearsall's first career touchdown. Just 2 months ago, this dude was shot multiple times in the chest, but just like me in Call of Duty, you better empty the clip if you want him to go away, because he came back with a vengeance. Many men wish death upon me, but I'm still catching touchdowns from Brock Purdy. At number 2, the Lions' comeback win on Sunday Night Football. The Texans and C.J. Stroud were up 23-7 against the Lions, and Jared Goff looking like he bet money on the Texans through 5 interceptions. But the Texans said, we actually bet money on y'all to win, so they choked away a 16-point lead. And at number 1, the Bengals versus Ravens Thursday Night Football game. The whole game was tight. Lamar Jackson ended the game scoring 4 straight times. And once again, Joe Burrow and the Bengals come up short. And just like the Democrats against Donald Trump, Who Dey Nation is 0-2 against the Ravens this season. Those are my top 3 banging moments from week 10. What y'all think? What grade would y'all give it?
It's not bad. A-. That's not bad.
Okay. All right.
It's a pretty good list right there.
Yeah, I give it A-, man. Yeah, that was pretty good, man. Especially that Ravens.
Yeah,
the
Ravens
Cincinnati
game.
game. But man, because that was a shootout
down the
like
wire.
no before.
Man.
It
I was watching
crazy.
it in my car.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it an A.
All right, appreciate it.
The only argument I would give is maybe moving his up from 3. Just because as good of a game as that Ravens and Cincinnati Bengals was, which was a crazy good game, it's like you almost expect a pretty good game out of it.
That's true.
And you don't expect Ricky to come back from being shot in the chest
Yeah.
and then play at the highest level. Yeah, it wasn't a gimme.
Yeah.
That man earned that touchdown.
He did. He did. But thank y'all for giving me a list. All right, now we're switching over to high school football. We doing all 3 levels today. Saginaw High School, our alma mater. They are 10-0, and I believe for the first time in school history.
Never
right?
in my days would I
Yeah.
thought Saginaw would be 10-0.
Right?
Never in my days.
Especially after how talented our class was, class of 2016. How talented that 2012 squad was. Like,
10-0 is impressive. Shout outs to them.
yeah.
Shout out to Mike Peters.
Shout out to my guy, Coach Peters, for coming in. His first year back. You know, they didn't do much last year, but it's okay because it takes time to turn around the program, and it paid off this year. Roman Morales, number 5 at quarterback, like, he's like that. For real. Like, he's making all these type throws, like veteran, like throws that you would see in college football. Like, skinny posts, deep posts. He's throwing it, like, on target, in stride for touchdowns. So he's making his throws timely with anticipation. So they got a really good quarterback. Their first playoff game is gonna be against Azel this Friday. I'ma be there. Yes, sir. You gonna be there, bro?
I can't, yeah. I wish I could, though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do you know where it's going to be at?
At Saginaw. Coach Sparks told me, yeah.
They don't do
Saginaw.
neutral sites no more?
First round, he said at Saginaw. Yeah.
Is it Saturday or Friday?
Friday?
Yeah, I won't be able to.
I know you would if you could. Yeah. Well, you going? Might as well make it a squad thing.
Yeah, man. Might have to spin back, man.
Yeah, sir.
It's crazy.
We love playoff ball, so.
When we were in school, Azel was in our district, so we played them in the regular season.
Yeah,
so now they're playing them in the first round of playoffs.
That's right.
That's interesting.
That's right.
Do you know what the record was last year?
They only won like 1 game last year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy turnaround.
So it's complete turnaround.
That's
So
a good
that's why I didn't know what to expect coming into this year. But yeah, Coach Peters, that coaching staff, Alize Tarver, she's on that coaching staff
I
too.
saw her out there.
Yep. So
I mean,
shout out to all of Saginaw.
Say what you want about the schedule, but it's still hard to maintain, like mentally, to keep it up and win every game.
Exactly.
Because mentally you want to take a break, maybe sometimes looking at the next opponent, like, oh, okay, that's difficult.
Exactly.
But
And they did play some close games.
Yeah, say what you want about the schedule, but it's hard. It's hard to keep that winning motivation and energy.
That homecoming game that we watched, like, it was close at first.
It was.
The game versus Chisholm, that was close too in the first half. And then their quarterback, ironically, he's number 4 also. He got hurt, he got injured, and for the rest of the game. So after that, I knew that Chisholm wasn't winning. I was torn a little bit because my cousin, David Kasongo, Junie's younger brother, he is a senior defensive tackle. He plays defensive tackle and offensive guard. So, he was balling. He's been balling out this year. He has hella tackles, a few sacks. So I felt for him with that loss. And I was rooting for him personally to make plays, but at the same time, I wanted my Saginaw to go 10-0.
And so the next thing is Saginaw has never won past the first round in the playoffs for football. So we've made it to the playoffs, lost in the first round every single year. So I want to see them at least get past the first round.
And Azel's doable.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Azel.
Sure.
Come on.
It is.
I want to see Saginaw the neutral side.
And we're home. We're home.
We're home. Come on now. Guess who Chisholm has first round?
Who?
Alito.
Ooh.
Hey, but we earned it. We earned it, right? Because it goes by your record.
Yeah, exactly. Go by record.
Ass,
Yeah.
So we can't be doing all that and then lose to Azel. So keep
exactly.
that energy going.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
They're gonna go down as probably as far as winning wise the best ever for Saginaw history.
Yeah,
and then you
it's
can
gonna be one of the
debate it
best
by
teams.
errors for sure.
yeah.
Because I remember when we were in, it was like 2016 versus 2013.
Yeah, I remember that.
So now you got to include
they had a lot of dogs.
You got to include them now.
See, because then the people before us, they're going to say they had a better squad than we did. So it's going to forever be an ongoing thing.
Oh, for sure. The conversations are always going to be there. Like whenever I had Coach Peters on my podcast, I asked him point blank, who was the best, most talented class that you've ever had? He said that that 2012 team. I think that's what he said. Yeah.
That team was
the talent that they had.
That team was pretty good.
The records that some of them put up, and then they did make it to the playoffs that year.
10-0. You get past this round, that's one of the best teams by far.
For sure. So we gonna be there. Saginaw versus Azel, first round of the playoffs. High school football. It's November. You wouldn't want it any other way. Let's get it. Thank y'all for watching this episode of the Banganator Podcast. Like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow me on the Banganator Podcast Instagram and BanganatorPod_4 on the Twitter X. Thank y'all again for joining me on this podcast, guys. Like, y'all made it fun. Y'all always know how to talk ball. So thank you, Jarrett. Thank you, Floyd. Thank you, Jarrett.
Thank you for having us, of course.
Yeah, of course. Cowboys versus Texans on Monday night. Not looking too hot, but, go Cowboys. Texas Longhorns up against Arkansas this weekend. It's going to go down. We going to get that dub, put belt to ass. And say it with me.
Go Dubs.
Bears.
Welcome to the Banganator Podcast, brought to you by SC Banga, diehard fan of the Dallas Cowboys since 1997. How about them Cowboys?